Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a night.
No. I'm here anonymously, sir.
What is it that you need, sir?
I'm gathering what I need, sir. Public information.
Okay. All right, so can we make the exit this way?
When I finish conducting
It's
business.
not when you're finished. You're finished now because they called me up here due to the
They
fact
can
that
call
you
you
don't
up
have your
here.
IDs. You don't
It's
have your
okay.
ID.
I'm not receiving services.
You're
And they
not
can't.
receiving services.
I'm not accessing the computer lab. I'm not accessing none of
What
that
are you
stuff.
doing here? You got your information, right?
I didn't see a sign that said that, ma'am. I see a sign that says I can't go into those rooms.
But what are
I don't
you
see a sign
doing
that
here?
says I can't walk in this lobby.
But what are you working in the lobby for?
This is
you
a
don't have
pub-
no business. This
I
is
just
not
told you I
public.
did. The New York State Department of Labor is not public, sir.
What are you doing here, though? You have that purpose. You see,
I
everyone
t-
up
I
here,
told
they have
you.
a purpose.
I told you.
He's getting checked in to find something out for what he needs. Everyone is getting. What are you doing?
You work for the Department of Labor?
What are you doing up here? I work in the building.
Oh,
You're
okay.
in my building.
Okay.
So what are you doing?
I'm actually in a public entity right now.
No one's
That's within your private building.
Okay. You have to leave.
Why?
Okay? If you don't leave, I'm gonna have to call the cops. Either one or the other.
You can.
There's no one.
You can do
what
whatever
are you
you
doing?
want,
What are you doing? What is the purpose of you standing here?
sir. Have a nice day. Okay.
What is the purpose?
I don't want to converse with you anymore.
The build.
Have a good day,
This
sir.
is about to close. You have to
Okay.
exit.
Okay.
What are you still doing here?
Because it's public. I have a right to be here.
Why? What do you want to be
I
here
have
for?
a right to be here,
To do
sir.
what?
I have a right to be
What
here,
is it?
sir.
We're gonna have to call the cops because he's not listening and he's saying he has a right to be here to do what? You're not doing anything.
Hello. How are you?
Is there anything that we can help you with?
Yeah. You can have them provide me public service.
Did they ask you to leave?
Why would they do that?
Because this is a public place? Because this is a public place?
Yeah.
So why can't you show your ID, sir?
Many reasons.
It's their store policy. It's their policy. They need to verify who comes into this building.
That's okay. I understand that. But I have the right to be in public anonymously.
That's fine, but they're asking you
Right.
to do something, and they're asking you for a valid ID. That's
You
all.
just said it's fine.
To be in here, but
Yeah,
they're asking you for valid
right.
ID.
To use the computers, to access those rooms. I don't need an ID to stand right here in this public lobby.
It says the premises. It doesn't say the house.
Is that a policy or a law?
That is the law and the policy.
What law is it to be in public anonymously?
In the commission. I explained that
So-
to the gentleman. Please.
I'm gonna try to be as respectful as possible, right? It's your job is to protect my rights and enforce the law. I'm here trying to receive public services, which I have a right to receive. I don't have to get my ID. Maybe if I want to be a client, if I want to sign up to be a client, or if I want to go into those rooms, maybe I have to give ID. But to come here and submit a FOIA request, which is another right, I have a right to receive public services, and I have a right to submit a FOIA. I hope that
Just give us 1 second.
I have to show ID I don't even have to give my name for a FOIA request, and that's a right. I could request information anonymously. Why would I request information anonymously and then give them my ID? That makes no sense. I have a right. All Americans have right
When
to
you
receive
do
public
like,
information.
Stuff like that anonymously, you can send it by mail.
I can also do it in person, ma'am. I can also,
You
ma'am,
can just drop it off and
I'm trying to. They don't want to. They're not letting me submit my FOIA. They're denying me my right. I don't know. Maybe they called you. I didn't call you. There's no crime here.
you have to show them ID. And
I don't have to show ID to submit a FOIA. It's a right.
That's their right. That's their policy.
So you're going to aid them in violating my rights?
That's their policy, and they even have signed
Their
here.
policy. What about, you know that the FOIA is a law? It's a FOIA law. Freedom of Information law. It's a law. It's above any of their policies. So you're going to enforce their policy over the FOIA law?
That's the state building's policy. So
Okay.
nothing we can do about it.
And the FOIA is a state law. Do you understand? I have a right
I
to...
understand.
Right, so
But you have to understand their policies too.
you can't put policy over law, ma'am. You can't.
So
Can you put policy over law, ma'am? They also have a policy that says no food or beverage Will I get arrested if for my drink?
Nobody's saying that you're gonna get arrested.
Will I get arrested for having a drink in here?
Nobody's saying you're gonna get arrested.
But it's their
If
policy.
they said you have to leave the building, you have to leave the building.
You only could trespass me from public if I'm committing a crime. Like, I want to speak to somebody.
And also, she said that's the law.
It's not the law. I need to speak to, so show me the law then. I need to speak to somebody that works for the Department of Labor. Can you get somebody that works for the Department of
For
Labor?
you to talk to someone, you have to produce your ID, so they know that who you are. You cannot just come. Oh, I want to talk to this. I want to talk to this and that.
This is a private agency? This,
It's a
the
pub-
Department of Labor? Right.
but the
Right.
public,
Do I have a right to receive public services?
you have a right to receive your public
Right.
service.
So why am I not receiving
But
public
you have
services?
to follow the
Why am I not
instructions.
receiving public services?
You heard what she said.
No, I didn't.
Your complaint will be anonymous. You here is not anonymous.
I'm not accessing none of the restricted areas.
Cameras here.
Okay, that's fine. I can request those too.
You have to provide
Those are all public information.
identification to be here.
No, I do not. It's public. So show me the law.
You're gonna have to leave the building.
Can I speak to a supervisor, please? Can you call a supervisor? Because you're helping them violate my rights. You're violating two rights. All right? The FOIA law, this is what you're violating, right?
Violate your right.
Right.
I don't violate.
You're saying that I don't have a right to be here, ma'am? Sir?
No,
You're saying I don't have a right to be
I
here?
didn't- You have a right to.
So what crime am I committing that you're
But
asking me
you
to
have
leave?
to follow the instructions.
I'm
What you want to do.
Let me explain something
Right?
to
You
you.
want to talk to the sergeant. They ask the
Let me- I
supervisor.
wanna explain something to you.
They ask.
I'm in public,
keep your
ma'am.
distance,
I'm in
please.
public, ma'am.
Yeah, even you, in
I'm
the
in
public,
public.
you have to keep your distance.
No, I don't. That's
This
not a
is
law.
my safety zone.
That's not a
This is
law.
my safety zone.
It's not a law.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
So I just want to explain to you so that your qualified immunity is out the window. I'm engaged in multiple protected activities. One is freedom of press, right? Freedom of speech, and I have a right to request public information. So you're going to violate 3 rights here today?
We didn't do
You're asking me to
that. We
leave
didn't
public
do
for
that.
what? What crime am I committing that I can't be here?
I'm just
Am I
telling
being
you.
disorderly?
Just
Am I
telling you.
cursing people
Complying with
out?
your instructions.
That's not
You
against
have
the
to
law.
follow the instruction.
That's not against the law.
You have to follow.
That's
their
not against the law. You just said I can't get arrested. You can't ask me to leave
They just
for having a
don't do
Gatorade. If I'm not committing a crime, I have a right to be in public and receive. Okay, I have a right to be here for 15 minutes. It's public. I pay taxes so that I can receive public services. I'm not being.
Here, it's trespassing.
Everybody has to leave, right? I'm not here committing a
So I'm asking you
crime.
question. So at 4 o'clock, if you're still here, it's trespassing, right? Because we close.
If
at
I
4.
stay here
We close
and
at
I'm
4.
forcing myself to stay in a closed
So you're
area,
gonna leave at 4?
I have to leave. Everybody has to leave, right?
We all heard
I
you.
still have to
Leave.
receive
Yeah.
public
We
services.
close at 4, bro.
That's
It
fine.
don't matter if you're
I'm not here to
getting
commit a crime, sir. I'm here to receive public information.
You're being,
That's
You're
it.
being difficult.
How?
And you're
Listen,
like,
sir. It says right here in the Department of Labor, it says that if you fail to abide by this code of conduct, that they will not.
What code of conduct is that?
They'll restrict you of your privileges. By not
Let me
proving
see.
your ID.
Show me
It says
that.
Right here. States it right here in both.
You have many, right? You have many. You have many of them. Oh, yeah. You can keep them.
As a customer of the Career Center system, I'm not a customer. I'm a member of the public trying to submit a FOIA request. I don't have to, maybe that's in like the computer room. If you're a customer, you're in the system, you might have to follow these. I'm a member of the public visiting to receive public information. That's it. And regardless, you can't put policy over the law. I'm not committing a crime.
If you refuse to provide your ID, she cannot offer the service to you too.
Okay.
That's the policy.
I'm just going to submit this. And if I don't get it back, this is a legal document that I'm trying to submit. It's the FOIA law, Freedom of Information law.
where can I find this?
I mean, do your own research.
You're just saying a lot of words.
Do your
Where can I
research.
find- No, I don't need to do research. You're telling
All right,
me. You know it. Right?
You know
Where
You know what
can
the
I find
FOIA
it?
law is?
Where can I find? Nope, I don't know it. Where can I find
Google
this
it.
FOIA law?
Google it.
Because you're smart.
Google
Where can I?
FOIA.
Where? What's the website?
FOIL.
It's just FOIA.
Just Google FOIA. It's in
And
every
what is
state.
it? And what is it?
It's in every state.
But what is it?
A Public Records Act.
Okay.
Right.
And
You
what
have the
does it
same right
entail?
that I have.
And what does it entail?
You have the right to request public records from public entities. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to submit this, right? And the onus is on them now. Now they're liable for my public records request, okay? I also have till 4 o'clock to be here in this area. Not back there, not in any restricted areas. 4 o'clock to be here, right? All right.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the full original video that is linked in the description. Also, please, get subscribed to the Good Guy Activism channel. Thanks guys.